trying to turn to God, yo. I'm not trying to put like my pinky toe in no more. I'm not gonna just be sitting on the edge of the pool. I want to jump full in. I want to dive all in, chat. So that's all I'm gonna say. But you know, I don't want to just talk the talk. I want you guys to like see it in my actions. You feel me? I was with my girl. We were Ubering back from her college, and then right when we got back to the crib, the Uber driver, she looked back at us and she asked us a question. Me answering it made my heart sunk. But she said, if you guys were to die right now, would you go to heaven or would you go to hell? I had to be honest with myself. I had to look into myself, and I was like, the way I'm living right now, if God was to take my breath away right now, I'm going to hell. I couldn't even lie about it, chat. You feel me? Like, and you know what's crazy, chat? I be letting so many worldly things dictate how my day's gonna go. You feel me? You got people out here that are battling cancer, having horrible, like, you know, being victims of horrible crimes and all kinds of stuff, right? And they still have the ability to put a smile on their face and be genuinely happy. I get a strike on my channel and I'm not able to post for a week. I'm over here in the slumps. You would have thought my dog died, chat, the way I was around here acting when I was gone for that week, bro. Just pouting, being moody, being rude to people. The only reason why I was acting like that is because I'm letting worldly things dictate how my spirit is. And like, you know, the Bible talks about it all the time. You know, you can't be moved by the world. You have to hate the world. Chat, like, it's crazy. Like, Jesus is telling me that I have to hate the world, but the world loves me. You feel me? And that's like a honest predicament that I thought I was in. But really, it's an easy solution, bro. Like, if I'm going to follow the Spirit, I'm not going to have a problem putting away worldly things. And I just had to, like, look at myself, chat, and I had to just think, if I do follow Jesus, if I do follow his word to tooth and nail of what it is, front to back, then I'm not going to be Jideon anymore. I'm not going to be popping. I'm not going to be on your guys' For You pages with edits. I'm not going to be having the ASAP Rockies and the Mark Wahlbergs hit me up. I'm not going to be having the NBA ask me to do stuff. Like, and like, for the longest, chat, like, I've been pushing this off for like the last year and a half, 2 years. But I was like, I'm not ready yet. Like, I don't want to do it yet. I don't want to do it yet. I don't want to do it yet. But after that lady got done talking to me, it was like, if I were to die right now, with me chopping it up with ASAP Rocky, with me chopping it up with Mark Wahlberg or Mark Cuban, or going to the Simon charity match, would any of that really matter, chat? No, it really wouldn't. Jesus tells us in the Bible, it's easier for a needle to go through a camel than for a rich man.
You almost got that right. But yeah, man, so if you don't know who he is, man, just the only time I actually caught wind of him was, did you see when he was in the NBA? He was at an NBA game and he was sleeping on the front row with like a blanket.
I think so.
Did you see that?
I think so.
I barely caught a glimpse of that. That was him.
Why was he doing that?
Wow. Because he was
Just
doing
a
pranks.
skit.
Yeah,
He was doing pranks and skits.
Yeah.
He has 7.86 million subscribers on YouTube. And that was one of the ones that he didn't get my attention until that. That's what I first saw him. And I guess the NBA started actually working with him. So he's big. And he has decided to stop posting on his channel, started a new channel called Gideon with a G instead of a J. And all of his content now is Christian content.
We got to connect with him, man. We gotta get with him.
So the real question is, man, he's the biggest YouTuber to ever do this, and he's really proud of that. He's trying to use it as a way to influence his other, because YouTube is like a community, right? There's guys, Logan Paul actually talked about this with what's that guy named K-Sai, or what's the other guy? Anyway,
Kai Cenat?
No, not him.
one?
There's another guy he does the drink with. I can't remember his name, but they were discussing it on their podcast about how bold that was, and they were really impressed by it. They were confused, but they were impressed. They were like, wow, that's amazing what he's doing. So again, I didn't know much about this kid before all this, but I'm proud of him. I hope he sticks to it. What do you guys think about what he's doing?
He was sleeping at the WNBA game.
No. That matters because
He's like,
I think that was the
on
point.
the WNBA.
So that was good marketing for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, when you hear somebody's heart turn so swiftly to Christ, man, it's always a beautiful thing. And then you see the genuineness of what he's doing. And I hope that what he's doing is like his new channel is going to thrive and prosper as well.
Yeah, man.
People don't just want it to be entertained and made to laugh, but just actually want to hear good fruit as well.
Yeah. No, I think that is dope. I mean, especially being a Christian influencer, I think that it's important for us to remember that even though we have, or outside of CHH and Christian hip hop and certain things of that nature, there's a lot of believers that are on YouTube, and they need to have leaders and influencers also. So the fact that, someone is actively showing the evolution of their life before Christ to after Christ and taking these people, their viewers, along with them, I think is genuine. I think that is dope that he's doing this, and I hope the best for him. I hope the best, because I know how crazy the comments can be in his chat.
Yeah.
So that's dope.
His new channel has 2.9 million.
Oh wow! Already?
Yeah.
Which is
well, unless we're spelling his name wrong.
It's Gideon.
His name is Jid.
His name is, but his new channel is
Gideon. Like Gideon.
No, this is still his old channel. He must have lost subscribers.
No, it's still 7.8 now.
Oh,
you must be on something else.
Yeah.
It must be a spam.
Wait, so you said that he shut his old page down, or just
He
started a
shut it
new
down.
one?
It's still there.
He's starting
but
something new.
He said he's not going to post on it anymore. He's posting on his new channel only now. And I watched a couple of his new ones, and it's literally all about that. It's like encouraging his fans to go all in for God. I saw somebody in here say, "I hope it's not another prank." That would be
that would be terrible.
Unfortunate.
Definitely not.
But it's interesting that
unfortunate.
he started a brand new page. I would have just continued with that same page.
Okay, let's talk strategy.
Yeah, can we
now.
talk about that?
Gideon, let's talk strategy,
He has
bro.
79,000 subscribers on the new.
Well, then the question is, if I think for some people when they get converted, they feel like that's the old me. I don't want that old thing. I don't want people to come here thinking this is what I'm about still when I'm new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think he's probably like, I'm going to start a new page, tell everybody to come to that page, and this page is going to be about my faith and everything else.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Okay.
Okay.
Number one, why didn't he continue on the same page?
Yes.
Because there's a bigger audience there, right? Number two, why, if he is going to move pages, why didn't he shut his other page down?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I don't know why. I think for him, he's probably maybe he's still making money off of it. And, you know what I mean? Of course, if that's because a lot of people on social media, this is their job. So it's like him creating content, and old content still come up. Some people still making money off of stuff.
That's
off
the
of old
account that
stuff.
pays the tithe.
He could easily delete certain videos or whatever he doesn't and do new videos.
Yeah.
Like, am I tripping? Or like he can
That's what I
on
was
his
thinking.
page, you can change the name of your channel and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, still great that he's going another channel, but I mean, I would keep the same thing, just change the name and then take down the videos that you don't want to be up there anymore and start completely fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would do that too. I wouldn't anything I felt like would contrast of my new belief system. I would just take it down and then go
I'm
fresh
keeping
from
my
there.
7.9.
I know that's right. I feel like,
followers.
but
What if God told him to walk away, like you told the rich man?
Oh,
that's different.
Yeah, that's a whole
That's
different
another
conversation.
that's another story.
Yeah,
That's
that
another
is.
story.
Because that is the story. That's why people are talking about it.
Yeah.
Because like, wow, he left his channel to like that's what got everybody's attention. Not that he was a Christian now, that he was willing to walk away.
It's still up.
That's what got people's
still
attention.
up.
Okay.
It's still up, but he stopped posting on it. That was a big story.
Is this the equivalent of like Angela White, formerly known as Black China, like leaving stuff
Your
behind,
old name,
old stuff? I mean, because she still posts stuff for like Fashion Nova and stuff, but you can constantly like. Recently, they was talking. I saw a clip where they was Young Miami and JT was talking to each other, and she asked her a question about who's the worst kind of guest you interviewed, and she used her name, and people in the comments was like, well, because she ain't on that foolishness no more, and she ain't talking about sex and all the other stuff you want people to talk about, and I think sometimes that shift I'm scared of for certain people is because like when they go like we probably talk about Kanye, like something like that happens and our Christian community lifts that person up and go, yeah, we got such and such on the team now.
Yeah.
And then a couple months they like, oh snap,
fall back.
they on that. You got served. Like, yo, Sonny, what's up?
It's funny.
He posted on that page 3 weeks ago. So
Okay.
Yeah, that's when all this happened.
yeah.
But he
did
at
go
least
by.
like give his followers on the page, on his old page, like a heads up, like
I think he did. I think
Yeah,
that
it
the
says
last
goodbye
video
to
was
Gideon. Say hello to Gideon.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he keeps it because it's a part of his journey, his story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to put myself in the mind frame of why he would have started a whole new channel. But sometimes people maybe even get inspired by the transformation of what you used to do, who you used to be, and then now who you are now, and you even like taking, of course, the risk of the new channel. That could maybe be it too. That it's just a part of his story and what he's about.
And you also might think too that if he is starting another channel, it might be because if he goes in the Christian space, they may not want to promote the old channel.
That's
you
true.
know?
That's
so
true.
it may be like, okay.
Send
That's
people
true,
to
too.
it.
Yeah, like like if he's gonna be doing some of the Christian events, stuff like
So
that.
y'all have, if anybody in the chat knows more about him, how bad was his old content? Because the skit sleeping on the front row is not.
It's not
Yeah,
bad.
that's
terrible.
Not, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
Was he like known for like raunchy stuff?
I don't know. Like
I'm looking
the
at
funny part about so many people that do prank stuff, it's so many people that do it that like you have some people that's extremely successful and then some people that they on that come up and some people just starting. So it's like I didn't know about him. I just know about this whole situation recently. So,
No, he just does little silly stuff to get jokes.
but I mean, if he's talking to like. He's saying Mark Wahlberg,
Yeah, he's a
and he's
big
talking
deal.
to some people. You know what I mean? So, but what I'm impressed by is that he was like, I don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
Right.
That lady's question shook me
Yeah.
enough to be like,
Yeah.
yo, I don't want to go to hell. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm wondering if it was a lot of stuff that was happening behind the scenes, off camera, offline, that we don't know, that we don't usually see, that was conflicting with his Christian beliefs. Because I'm thinking
Maybe.
to myself, you know, if it's just fun, pranky stuff that's harmless,
Yeah.
you know, what was that shift that made him feel like, oh, okay, well, I might be on my way to hell if God were to take my breath away
Maybe
today.
even it was a sense of, you know, sometimes people like really idolize their platform. You know, like you got 7 million people following you on YouTube. Sometimes people make that an idol.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like you never know if he was like, okay, maybe that's why that shook him. Like it was a series
Like,
of
that
different
was his
things.
God.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that maybe
So-
could be it too, because that would be.
Mark Rogers said, yeah, his stuff could be raunchy. He was kind of wild.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah.
So maybe, maybe that was where it came from. Okay, I'm thinking through this. If I was advising him, what would I say? I think that this is going to be a very difficult. Oh, here's one thing I did think of. He may not be able to take his old channel down because of some contractual agreements with
YouTube sponsors.
Partners.
sponsors and
Okay.
partners.
Gotcha. Okay.
Could be
Okay.
something with that where
Yeah.
if you take videos down, it could breach it and you have
Yeah.
to pay all the money back and all that. So I'm not sure, but that could be part of that. But it's going to be a difficult road for him to stick to this. He says he does not care if his new channel gets to the same levels of success as the old one.
Yeah.
I think it will.
Yeah.
I think it will. Especially if he does do more things and it's consistent over years. And he starts showing up at the same events we show up at, he'll get embraced by the
Yeah.
community, and his stuff will shoot up there. But
Yeah.
But like, okay, it's a cat that used to do stuff with Logan Paul. Now that is that he say he a Christian. I follow his content in
Yeah.
Christian, but then he does other stuff too that you'll be like, oh snap, you know what I mean? Like, so I think that
we may have to do a whole topic on him. He's
Really?
a totally different
They
situation.
did it. Looks like they
Totally
did a
different
video
situation.
on him.
Yeah, they did.
Those two.
Yeah.
There's a lot to that.
Okay, because I saw his content, but he be having people on there that like he act not like the guests. So the guests be on there and he be asking them like legit questions that will bother people, and the guests be giving him answers. And it's a dope, like honestly, for him to step away from it. But I could tell he's still trying to figure it out because he was like, you know, man, I'm still doing this. Sometimes I do this. Sometimes I do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his story. Do you remember his name?
George, I forgot his last name. I don't miss his last
We'll,
name.
we'll cover him in his own section because the way he left the Logan Paul podcast is a whole discussion.
Is
Wow.
it Logan and KSI?
Logan and KSI were the ones that were talking about Gideon.
Okay.
But this is another kid. This whole
Janko,
Janko, yeah. This whole YouTube celebrity thing is a whole nother world.
Oh, yeah, it is.
You may not have ever heard of these people, but they are more
popping.
famous than
Yeah.
the people you know about.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, people that you see television and famous for rapping, singing, acting, whatever, they more famous than them, and they got their own cult following.
Yeah, those people beg to get on their channels.
Yeah.
Like who you just remember.
Real.
Casey-on?
Oh, yeah.
Sanat, what's his name?
Sanat.
Kai Cenat, yeah.
Kai Cenat,
Sanat,
yeah.
Like they be begging to get on his channel because
Yeah.
he's that big, man.
Yeah.
So
But I think they're church kids.
That's
like
the
we
thing.
said that again. Like
That's
we
the
go back to
thing.
that. Like they're reformed, or not reformed, but like their church kid. Like Cassian, when he heard demons or saw the video, and he went straight into a worship song.
Bro, so
Like, why would you go to a worship song? Like, how did you know that song? You know what I'm saying? And it's not like
Yeah,
a new song. It's like one of them old school worship songs.
Yeah, he never said that somebody witnessed to him. He
Yeah.
already knew this stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just a matter of, okay, God, you've been bugging me. I need to go all in.
Yeah.
He already, this is
Yeah.
not new information to him.
And like
Yeah.
recently, like I just seen a video. I was searching for something a few minutes ago, and he had all those people. He had all those influencers, his age that he's connected with, in jail, like
Yeah.
doing his thing.
Yeah.
And they had like a Bible study with them reading the Bible with
Yes.
Chris Sean right there, and all these other people, and they talking and reading the Bible, and I'm like.
Yeah.
Okay, God, like Gen
These are-
Zers are
these-
loving
They do.
like
Yeah.
they want the word.
These
bad,
are
yeah.
church kids.
Yeah.
These were the kids in youth group.
Yeah.
They definitely were. Bars and Beats said that I Show Speed and Kai grew up in church too. So yeah, these are church kids who are trying to balance worldly success with what they grew up on.
Yeah.
And if Gideon is legitly doing this and saying, guys, we need to go all in, that call to action may change a lot of people's
Yeah,
lives.
man.
no,
Yeah.
for real.
It really
Yeah.
could.
He's got some topics on his Gideon Live, and some of the topics are: the day I gave my life to Jesus. Can women be pastors? Christians are mad at.
Oh, he's jumping out
He
the
going
way.
deep. He going deep.
He's jumping out.
He went
Christians
straight to
are
Pentecostal.
Christians are mad at me for following Jesus. The man who left the NFL to follow Jesus, and how the world has reacted to me giving my life
But
to
here's my
Christ.
thing. I don't want him to lose his identity of who
Yeah, you
he
can still
is.
do some of
Yeah,
this.
you can be a
Right,
comedian. You can still have fun. You can
Yeah.
still. Yeah, I
But,
don't want him to
but
be
here's
like.
the thing: it takes years of maturity as a Christian to realize where.
Yeah.
As a
Line
Christian,
is-
Yeah.
as a
Yep.
Christian.
So for now, stick to this, brother.
Yeah.
Do not play around with it.
Right.
Like do your Paul moment where you got to dig in deep for
Yeah.
3 years and
Yeah.
really get in the face of Jesus. Do that, and then he'll show you how you can be more of a normal person. And a Christian at
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
time. You know, it's
yeah.
hard to know how to do that.
Because
and
right
feel
now
confident.
He's a baby in the faith.
He's a baby
Yeah,
in the,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
literally about to say that. He's a baby in the faith. And if all he knows is formula,
Yeah.
drink your formula, man.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Because, but seriously, like Sean said, like when you first jump head first into something like this, you go heavy for Jesus. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you're not quite sure of where that line is, where that. I don't want to say gray because you don't want to straddle the fence,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're not quite sure how you can do both at the same time, where it
Yeah.
still is safe.
Yeah.
You know, it's still respectful. It's still reverent to God. So
Yeah.
you know, he's gonna find his way.
He needs to
after all.
come grounded first. You know what I'm saying? Be discipled. You know, find a church home. You know what I'm saying? Get in the discipline of just like reading your Bible, praying, like those things first. You know, before you really like. I don't know. I feel like those are like the basics.
Yeah.
I feel like I would encourage him
Sure.
to do.
Becoming a Christian, going all in, getting saved means that God is making you into a new creature. So part of that is letting that happen and then trusting yourself. You know, like when people say they come off like an
Yeah.
ACL injury or something,
Yeah.
and they're healthy, but they don't trust their knee yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that process of God is going to make you a new creature. You have to learn how to trust it. Trust
Yeah.
yourself that you're not going to revert back to your old ways and all that kind of stuff. So it takes process that stuff out so that when you have a chance to just be yourself. Like when we get on this show, we're not like, how can we make this a Christian show? You know,
Right.
It's just we are Christians. What we say, we know is we're getting
Yeah.
it. We're downloading it from God. I trust that.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't mean that you just say whatever you feel like.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah.
go back and check in. You know,
Yeah.
but there's a level of faith and trust that you have in what He's already done with you.
Yeah.
To where you could relax a little bit. You kind of relax into it a little bit. So I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, and I think it's so dope, man. I just to seeing younger and younger people follow Jesus is amazing because you hear so many of the statistics of people running away from Jesus, and then you starting to see an influx of
Yep.
younger people and like tapping into those gifts that the Holy Spirit provides. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
tapping into them, like really tapping into them. So I just like, God, you're doing something.
No,
And-
yo,
and
God
yeah.
is doing something. I
Yeah.
gotta shout out Ryan because Ryan
Shout
said
him
this
out,
years
Mia.
ago. Not years ago, but this was before TikTok was popping.
Yeah.
and he was the spokesperson for TikTok. He was like TikTok on
Not
TikTok.
anymore.
See
He
it, you
lost-
gonna kill TikTok.
He lost his faith
You
in
know?
TikTok.
Had another child.
You lost your faith in
Yeah.
TikTok.
He gave up too soon.
Wait, really?
I did. So I realized how hard it was to post videos and stay consistent with that.
It is hard to stay
Like
consistent.
my brother
And-
used to have like a whole calendar. Like he
Oh,
was really
okay.
devoted
Oh, wow.
to it.
Oh yeah,
He
so
was
we have a,
he was right, but he
we have a
he didn't stick with it.
general. Me and Sean, we have a general disdain for social media.
Yeah.
It's just I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
No, it is. It is.
But I feel like even Instagram and like now there's Threads. There's a
Yeah.
whole new social
Yeah.
media app at that
that's
point.
right.
But I will never forget. Where were we at? Mia?
A3C.
A3C. Definitely before the pandemic. Ryan came up to us like he made TikTok. He was like, "Hey
Yeah.
man, you gotta hop on
I
TikTok."
believed in it.
But you were right though, because I mean the moment TikTok started taking off, especially right when
Yeah.
COVID-19 took place, Wanda's Woo started taking off.
You see artists like Caleb Gordon and Mike
Yeah.
Teasy take off and different things like
Yeah.
that. Like even
Yeah.
the way how people are able to use TikTok, use that platform for.
You could have had it set up, man. You could have had
I'm
us
just
all
sitting here
set up.
remembering with one day being in this seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what TikTok is? What is TikTok? And I was like, oh, you got to get on TikTok.
No,
Yeah.
you put her
And now
on.
it's like-
Yeah.
Killing it.
Put my girl on. Yep.
Now
All
she's
right,
killing
so
it.
Gideon, pray for Gideon.
Yeah,
pray
man.
for his
For sure.
pray for his soul. He
Yeah.
whenever somebody with that much attention on them commits their life to God, it's exponentially harder for them to walk this out. So just
Yeah.
pray for them. There's no private moments. It's
Yeah.
all in the face of people. Every
Yeah.
mistake, every decision is in front of people. So
But real
Yeah.
quick, do y'all think he going in too hard? Them topics are kind of like hard.
it's
Can
hard.
women be pastors is the one he probably needs to scale back on.
Yeah, I do agree.
It's,
I do agree.
it's hardcore, but let him figure it out. You're gonna figure it out. All right, let's get back into it. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Some Trackstarz.